Yeah, with both of our kids slightly looked after, both sick, both ready for food and bed and all the rest of it. Let's sneak a quick potty in. Welcome back to this week's episode. As we say, it is the big week. No one cares what you've done in the past. No one cares that Essendon is about to fall off the absolute cliff because you guys are trash. This is the big week.
That's
This
it.
is the week that we define who is the better club, the better team. Ultimately, who is the better man? I mean, like, let's be honest. Let's just take that all the way down to club and to personal allegiances. Essendon Gold Coast. I'm excited. Clearly, Rick, state your defence.
I'll
The
tell you
court
what,
is in session.
it is going to be a cracker game. I think, look, I mean, it's been a good build up in a way because I think Gold Coast have started to hit their stride. The Bombers are clearly doing very well and are very
Yeah, clearly.
capable of, self-destructing. So I mean, mate, it's yeah, it could literally go either way. So I'm actually quite pumped because it should be, a fairly close game.
Mm. No, look, I think you've got it right there. We'll definitely get into a bit of a preview, but why don't we let you have your why don't we let you have your moment? You guys are playing well, 8-2, sitting second on the ladder. Talk Essendon, sell the boys, sell the case.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't think there's too much to really sell after Saturday night's performance. I mean, look, it was always going to be that way, and I think we sort of talked about it the last time we caught up. Is that Dreamtime, like Anzac Day, changes things a little bit.
Mm.
So it was good that we got the win. We definitely, should have gotten the win. There was no reason why we shouldn't have. So to walk away with the 4 points, I'm very happy. But in saying that, take nothing away from Richmond. They played very, very well. And Dusty just played out of his
Mm.
skin. Of course, the game that he, returns to form is against the Bombers.
Mm. Of
But in
course.
saying that, like we definitely didn't play as good as we should have. And Richmond playing better than they have in previous weeks means it was quite an even matchup, which meant it came down to, 12
Yeah.
points. So it was actually a really good game to watch. But at the end of the day, like we should have on paper won so much more. So look, I'm happy to get the win though,
Yeah.
and sit second on the ladder
That's
after
it.
round
That's it.
11, mate.
Uncharted territory.
Oh,
Uncharted territory. I reckon the last time you were sitting at this point in the season, Matty Lloyd was running around. I reckon that was yeah, decades ago.
yep.
We've definitely taken a different path to this point. Unfortunately, we missed the chat 2 weeks ago when we absolutely demolished Geelong at the home away from home, the fortress of footy, Darwin.
Hmm.
But and I'm glad I tipped us. I then took that form into last week, tipped us against Carlton, hoping to get within 2 goals. And look, we look good for a half. We're doing backflips. We're kicking goals. The boys are on.
Yeah.
And then the standard Gold Coast at Marvel Stadium because Gold Coast and Marvel Stadium do not work well together.
Hmm.
And then in the end, I mean, 29 points was probably a bit of a flattery. We it really felt like we got done worse. And it's frustrating because yeah, like it's a game that you look back and go, it's some of those games where we're going to have to start winning away
Hmm.
in our draw. Like even though we've got a really easy fixture, the third easiest in the comp, I think, is what we've been officially slated as.
Yeah.
All the teams that are below us on the ladder, we play in Victoria. We play them, we play North down here, we play St Kilda down here. We're sort of playing a lot of teams down in Melbourne, and then we play all the harder teams. That's Collingwood, Essendon, playing them up in Gold Coast. And then you go, so in a way, even though we played Gold Coast, the conditions better, and it's going to make us closer to these top end sides.
Hmm.
It means that some of these lower end teams that you should be beating you're now playing away, and we just play poorly away. So it just, we saw it against Bulldogs at Ballarat. We stunk. We've seen it when we've gone to Sydney, stunk. So we've really, and then again on the weekend into Melbourne. So yeah, we just need to. We're a young side. I know Dimmer keeps asking for patience. I don't have patience, not with Gold Coast. It's been 10, 11, 12 years of patience. But yeah, so that's how we've gotten to this point. That's where we find ourselves. But we've got the preview. I'm looking at it as we speak. It's 4 days away. Gold Coast are favourites. How does that sit with you?
Doesn't surprise me, to be honest. I think if if we were if we were realistic about the situation, playing away doesn't always suit us. I think we play pretty well in Adelaide, and that's pretty much it. Um,
Hmm.
other than our home territory,
Although
if
not
we
this year.
no, yeah, actually true. That loss against Port Adelaide was atrocious, but
Hmm.
we have a really not so great track record when we head up to Queensland. So I I don't think we are gonna win by much. I would still tip us, but I think the way
Hmm.
the Gold Coast's midfield are structured at the moment, it's definitely going to give us a good run for our money. I think we've got the
Hmm.
midfield to potentially outplay a Gold Coast midfield. So I'm hoping that sort of weighs in our favour a little bit. And I think our forward structure uh, can convert strongly enough that we'll get over the line. And I think our defense is strong now, especially with Ridley back. Like, it's just Laverty, Ridley, and Mackay down back. Like it's a strong back line. So I think we're really sorted across the ground now. Um, and so long as we don't just completely shit the bed and have an absolute shocker,
Hmm.
um, I think we'll
Yeah.
get over the line. But like I said before, I think it's going to be close. You guys have the home advantage,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I think on paper we have the better team slightly. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
Well, I mean, look, yeah, I mean, like, I'm looking through the form of the last three games, and I don't always subscribe to teams holding a mental edge. Not when
Mm,
we're talking professional athletes here. It's not club footy, and you're sort of looking at a fella that's destroyed you in the last three premierships, and you still have to go to work on a Monday. These are guys that they play their whole week playing footy, and they can sort of focus on each game, I guess, differently. But
mm,
as I go back through it, I mean, the last few results last year in Victoria, Essendon 108, Gold Coast 80, 28 points. The year before, 2022, 103. So again, you've scored two tons. Gold Coast standard score 55, so 48 points. And then you go back even further than that. Essendon's kicked 98, Gold Coast 30, standard Gold Coast score. Funnily enough, that was a Gold Coast home game in Geelong. But over the
okay.
last 3 years, you guys have put, it must have been COVID season, August 21, but you've got the last three times we played each other, Essendon's gone 98, 103, 108. So clearly your forward structure works well against us. I mean, that's clear to say. And even though it's not always an area of Essendon's strength against us, it's just ticking along nicely. Where whereas we just sort of struggle with that. So yeah, look, I can see us winning. You're right, just because of that home ground advantage, just because we played the stadium so well. Our victories up there this year have been 9, 10 goals. So we're really putting away teams when they come up to our home ground. Whether we can replicate that against Essendon or not, I don't know, because clearly the form line's against us. But that's probably the honest take.
Yeah.
Now I'll just go back into absolute trash talking in that
Yeah.
I think we're gonna 10 goals,
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah.
I'll happily put a bottle of, I reckon, I'll put a bottle of scotch on the line here. I'll make
Ooh.
sure it's a semi decent bottle for you. Well, not that we're sponsored by Dan Murphy's, but I'll do a bit of a click and collect for you. If you get up, you'll have to figure out how to get something shipped across here, I reckon. But although we are duty free on this island, so just as a nice little aside, we're duty free, so we get bloody good bottles of stuff for like $20, $30. So it's
Decent.
not a bad little, yeah, that's it, not a bad little thing to add to the collection. So, look, I
Nice.
reckon I'll tip Gold Coast by, I reckon 20 points is what I'm going to say. Oh, no, that's way too confident. 11 points. We'll kick one, mate.
You've pretty much halved the margin in a split second.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the
5
confidence.
points. 5 points. No, 5 points. I reckon let me half it again. 2.5.
Yes, I would definitely be remiss not to tip him while you've got a Space Invader around you. But yeah, I think. You're too funny. How much can the black bar cover? Oh, that's great.
Oh, we're back.
Chaos. Just
Oh
chaos.
no, I've just been given the absolute sad face.
Oh shit.
No,
Hey,
she's like, I can't see.
the life of
Like,
a
there's
parent,
nothing to
huh?
see. That's it. So
Fun
yeah,
stuff.
as you're saying,
Yes.
you'd be remiss not to tip them. Let's try the third time.
Yeah, I think the where I see us winning, like I said, it's going to be a close game, but where I see us winning is your back line. I don't think has the experience or the body to work with Peter Wright and the experience of Jake Stringer, Kyle Langford, those three bodies and experience and the heads that are leading the forward line for the Bombers. I think at the end of the day, they'll come up trumps. I think we've got the midfield to push the ball forward. And once we've got the ball in our forward line, then I think we're sorted. Once the ball goes to your back line or to our back line, to your forwards, I think you've got the king, you've got the strength to get the points on the board. But it's like to your point, I think it's clear to see why it's been a struggle to put up those big scores in the past. So for that reason, I'm tipping the Bombers by I'd say about 15 points. I'd say just over 2 goals. I think we'll get over the line. So yeah.
Double it. If I'm halving our win, you can double yours.
5 goals it is.
30.
I like it. I like it.
Nah, easy. Well, as we'll build up to, we'll do a bit of a KO watch stream replay. So we'll get that going on Sunday.
Done.
But until then, mate, I hope everyone snaps a leg. I hope everyone's injured. A couple of bad hammies at training.
Oh God.
Send the bees up. We'll beat your bees. We'll beat the BFL team.
Tell you what, I think we've still got a bit of structure in the B team to put up a fight against Gold Coast, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, we'll see. But hey, look, mate. Look, thank you again for the catch up. We'll see you on Sunday for the big one.
Looking forward to it.